Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back inside historic Keyworth Stadium, where today it's Soccer New Year for Detroit City FC as they square up with the new kids on the block, Brooklyn FC in USL Championship action. Alongside my broadcast partner, John Krieger, my name is Neil Rule. And John, when last we left Detroit City FC, the 2025 season, they battled their way into the playoffs, and it all culminated with them shocking the USL world.
It was a close-run thing. The first rule of the playoffs, get into the playoffs. The second rule of the playoffs, once you're there, make the most of it. And City had to survive the end of the regular season, but then they got to Lane Family Stadium. They got the upset over Lou City. It's a statement of intent heading into 2026.
Let's check out our Detroit City FC player to watch, brought to you by the Finnish Long Drink. And John, that's a familiar face on the screen.
Maxi, the place wasn't the same without you. Maxi Rodriguez comes in. Detroit City ownership made it happen in the offseason. Danny Dichio loves it. And anytime you can bring back the guy who's #1 in club history and goal involvements, that's a very good thing.
Now, we called Brooklyn FC the new kids on the block, but they looked anything but that. They got an opening day win against Indy 11. This is a very solid roster.
It is not your granddad's expansion team. They went out, got players with international experience, golden boot winners. They're going to be competitive from the start in the Eastern Conference.
And for Brooklyn FC, one of those guys that will make them competitive, of course, Juan Carlos Obregon. He had the match winner. He was a USL League One golden boot winner last season. He can put balls into the back of the net.
I don't care what league you played in. Anytime you can get a guy with a golden boot on your roster, good things are going to happen. City's back line is going to have to watch him today.
When we come back, we will get you the 11s, and of course, we will kick it. Detroit City FC, Brooklyn FC. We have it for you. Coming up next.
Adulting? Overrated. Financial freedom? Now that's the move. Meet Alumnify, banking built for real life. No jargon, no hassle, just smart money moves made simple. Want to save more, spend smarter, build wealth? We've got your back. With zero hidden fees and game-changing savings rates, this is banking that fits your life. Alumnify. Let's go.
Some people are born warriors. Something drives them forward, past any obstacle, towards something bigger. Maybe they weren't born with a silver spoon, but they were born with a purpose. At Wayne State University, we take this drive and turn it into so much more, so they can become warrior strong.
Join me as I take a deep dive into the least insulted ticketing app in history, SeatGeek. Did SeatGeek invent the ticket?
No, but we do make them work.
Drum roll, please. Ooh, how do I use the Seat View feature?
It shows seats with a pole blocking the view. Don't buy those.
What if I want to sit behind a pole?
Buy those.
Join me as I bore you to death with a series of interviews about a ticketing app that just does what it's supposed to do.
Hi, I'm Jonathan with DTE Energy. August 11th is Miss Dig 811 Day in the state of Michigan. But did you know any day of the year, 24/7 is the right time to call Miss Dig? Call at least 3 days before any digging project, large or small. Our crews will mark where DTE natural gas lines run to your home or business so you can dig safely. The service is free, it's fast, and it's the law. Remember 811. Call Miss Dig first.
Today's match is presented by Pabst Light, America's quality light beer. Back inside historic Keyworth Stadium, let's take a look at the starting 11s for Detroit City FC, brought to you by Detroit Medical Center.
3 up top, Smith leading the line. It's going to be interesting to see how that top 3 uses the wings for service. And there is Maxi Rodriguez in the middle. He's going to be the anchor, the straw that stirs the drink. If he has a good day, City are going to have a good day, and that's what you want, match number 1.
And on the other side for Brooklyn FC, presented by Fort Pontchartrain, the official hotel partner of DCFC.
Tell you what, it's just a veteran squad when you take a look at this Brooklyn club. And they're setting up again with Servania up top. He's going to be looking to stay in the box and get service again through that middle, through that top diamond. City's backline is going to have to shut down the passing lanes in the area.
Of course, Brooklyn FC coming off that 1-0 win over Indy 11 in their inaugural match. Detroit City, in the meantime, their first action of the season. Of course, trying to build on a 2025 campaign that saw them shock the USL Championship world. They went into Lou City. They won in the playoffs. There is Danny Dichio in his third season. Was an assistant for Toronto FC and Sacramento Republic. Of course, a very storied playing career as well. 75 matches played, 20 goals for Queens Park Rangers. Spent time with Sampdoria and Serie A as well. Also played for Sunderland when they were in promotion back to the Premiership. On the other side, Marlon LeBlanc in his first season, last 5 seasons as a head coach of Philadelphia Union 2 of MLS Next Pro. They won the Eastern Conference Championship in 2024. He also spent 14 years as a head coach at West Virginia University as well. Opening kick temperature in the low 40s, not a ton of wind. 40-degree days are built differently in Michigan. This is one of the good ones. There is no doubt about it.
You know, it's nice. All last season we were waiting for that one nice day. This one's at least palatable for March. Good day to start the new year.
Obregon Jr. puts it into play. Coming up off the line is Vanovic getting the start at the keeper spot for Brooklyn FC. Signed a homegrown contract with Minnesota United out of MLS. And that whistle will go against the visitors. Devin Amu-Mensah will wheel it out. John, the back line looks a little different this year for Detroit City FC.
Yeah, number 5 is not in the mix. Stephen Carroll, the captain, finally hanging up the boots for now. And Detroit City FC is going to have to find that fullback pair. Now, Danny Dichio says they've got one of the best back lines in the league, even with the retirement of Stephen Carroll. They'll need to be in the early going. Got some tough fixtures at the top of the fixture list here in 2026.
Devin Amu-Mensah with that captain's armband on his left arm. Retirement of Carroll broke a streak in the city of Detroit. Longest tenured captain in all of Detroit professional sports was Stephen Carroll.
And such a faithful servant, really, Neil, if we're taking a look at the fact that he started with this club back in the NPSL amateur days and went up through the professional.
Darren Smith with the touch. It's in the back of the net, and Detroit City FC gets the jump. The Darren Smith goal in the 3rd minute.
That's a dream start for City. Danny Dichio built this squad and worked with the front office to assemble a group of players that would find a way to put the ball in the back of the net. And 3 minutes in, Darren Smith does exactly that. You couldn't have drawn it up any better for Le Rouge. And Keyworth Stadium has come to life for 2026.
Rizvanovic with that little hesitation. And it may have cost his side a goal. And that goal for Detroit City FC brought to you by Motor City Casino. Good to have Motor City Casino on board. And their graphic pops up pretty quick here today.
Well, I'll tell you what, City hit blackjack on the opening hands.
Yes, they did.
Paying 3-2 from the start.
And the smoke pours out of the Northern Guard supporter group. What a beautiful sight here at Keyworth.
Partner, you and I have said it for the last decade. Pound for pound, the best supporters in sports. And showing why early here.
Alves will toss this one in. Gabriel Alves plays college soccer at Marshall. They won the national championship. Tosses that one into the box. Josiel Cedeno popped that one up out of play.
Really good positioning on that long throw. You knew it was going to come into the 18-yard box. And City's back line stayed in a good shape, didn't allow a runner in. Brooklyn was trying to put a couple extra bodies in there to try to get ahead on it. And it ended up being 1v4. And City's back line is going to win that every single time.
Well, you just saw Maxi Rodriguez on your screen. It just looks right again, doesn't it?
And I said this in the open, wasn't the same without him. He's a guy, and I know you had a chance to chat with him as he was walking into the stadium.
He is fired up to be back.
He is ready to be here. Had to do what he had to do. You know, football is a business, but came back and is happy to be playing at Keyworth in front of fans that he says have been a big part of his career.
Obregon will stand over it. Servania as well. Set piece for Brooklyn FC. Obregon, serve it up, coming off the line, making the grab. Carlos Herrera getting the start.
We've got an assist on that first goal by Darren Smith. Devin Amumensa getting the early goal involvement. And that's something we've come to expect from Amumensa. He will go and be a factor on both ends of the pitch. He's not afraid of using the legs and using the speed that he has. And he's a pacey enough defender that he can come up and be a part of the attack and still be back in time to make a play on the back line, you know, where he starts the contest. So Devin Amumensa getting involved. Darren Smith taking advantage of the hesitation, getting us to the 1-0 City lead.
Drop ball after the contact with the official. Ball chipped up ahead. Looking for Cedeno. Mensa taken down from behind. Sean Hundell, guilty party.
City wanted to take the quick kick, but the ball was not stationary.
Ball pinged out for Juve. Beautifully done. Antez Juve receives it and has it taken away. Hernandez Foster tried to roll it out.
Neil, we're already seeing a wider shape for Detroit City FC. They've gotten up the wings. That's something they really tried to do last year, was move from the middle out to the wings, and they could never find the good pass. They never were on the same page for a lot of the season, on the same page of getting the ball out wide and creating action up the wings. Already early going here, they've done more than we saw a lot of home games last season.
Almost like the wings are stationed up higher to start.
Yep.
I mean, we've seen a lot of variance in where the wings would be throughout the years. It's almost like it's very intentional, it looks like.
And listen, when Brooklyn is running that diamond up top, right? If you can put your wings up higher, right, that diamond is going to leave a gap there where they can go ahead and take advantage. And it puts the back line in a situation where they really have to read things, touchline to touchline. The City can take advantage of that.
Servania over there with Obregon again. Very similar to the last set piece opportunity. Obregon overcooks that one again.
That's two set pieces and two, frankly, not very good efforts. An easy catch by Herrera and then putting one into the sweet. behind the city goal.
Carlos Herrera in his second season for Detroit City FC. Spent the previous 3 seasons with Monterey Bay. 34 matches played for Monterey Bay. Was taken into that club as a trialist, and he's carved out a very good role. Ball up ahead for Darren Smith. Maxi Rodriguez is tailing the play. Advantage played up ahead. Kiyoshi able to settle it down. I have to give Brooklyn FC some credit, John, after conceding that early goal, which is absolutely a nightmare start for anyone to come into Keyworth. They've done a good job of settling everything down. They're keeping a lot of the possession.
They are indeed, but possession has to become possession with intent, and that's a good thing that City's midfield have done. Other than the 2 set pieces, you haven't really seen, and a long throw, you haven't really seen anything that's a threat coming forward.
Throw coming in for City.
You wonder, with Brooklyn having as much possession as they have had, if Danny Dichio might be looking for a little bit of counter.
Mensa tried to slot it up ahead. That was taken away. Some space in the middle. Obregon goes down, and he will get the whistle. And this will be a little more dangerous setup.
Not a good place to concede a free kick.
Talk about it all the time, John. For as complicated as the game of soccer is with tactics and formations, it is very much basic geometry. If you are on the attack and you are in the middle, you are dangerous.
You're absolutely correct. And that time, Devin Amumensa gave one away. He tried to get back in good position, but by the time he got back, they were already in a position where a free kick was going to be conceded.
Vania standing over. He's got to look like he may be giving this one a go. Here we go. Obregon gives it a lash, and what a stop by Carlos Herrera, able to touch it over the top of the bar.
That's a better effort by Obregon. That one made Herrera stretch to the full extent of his powers. I'm not quite sure it would have gone under the crossbar, might have gone off the woodwork, but that's one you can't leave to chance. That was going to be right in the danger zone under the bar, and a great save by Herrera.
Corner opportunity now for Brooklyn FC. Corner played short. Mensa able to head that one away.
Dominant winning that ball in the air. It's one of the reasons he's so good.
Throw coming up now for Alves. Played 16 matches for Rhode Island FC back in 2024.
Neil, from the way Brooklyn are setting up, the long throw is going to be a tactic today. They are unafraid to use it.
Service back in. That was headed away nicely. I believe that was Juve that tracked back, and now Juve will pick up the loose ball. Ryan Williams chips it up. He's looking for Darren Smith. Cedeno has Darren Smith with him. 2 defenders. Cedeno couldn't keep the control. Yamazaki will be called for the whistle.
Our referee today is Rodrigo Albuquerque. Adam Cook and Ricardo Ocampo are your assistants, and Ryan Homick is our 4th official today, or as I like to think of them.
One of the more unfortunate jobs in sports.
They're basically a human flak jacket.
Ryan Holmix, he's been around Keyworth a lot. He's got a lot of experience. He understands what he's walking into. There's no doubt.
The role. Yep. Absolutely, and a good guy, Ryan.
Kendall had it touched away by Amu Mensah. Go into the box again.
They're treating these like corners, setting guys on both posts. When you have a guy that can execute a long throw like this, it's an extra weapon.
The ball flicked on. Herrera sprints out off the line.
You can see immediately that Detroit City is trying this season to be a little quicker and moving the ball out from situations like that. Herrera caught it and was immediately looking up the wing to see if there was a throw opportunity.
And that ball flicked ahead. Cedeno gives chase to it. This portion of the broadcast brought to you by Alumnify, smart banking, fearless football, one winning team. Alumnify, proud partner of DCFC.
Got a couple of matches in progress here in USL Championship. 3 o'clock start this afternoon in River City. Pittsburgh Riverhounds leading Loudoun United 2-1. And down at Lane Family Stadium, check it down in at Lane Family Stadium in Louisville, or Lynn Family Stadium rather, New City leading Miami FC 1-0.
Going to Cedeno. Alan Montgomery will roll it back. Montgomery, big sturdy frame, 6'3". Played his college soccer at UNC Charlotte. He was a first-team All-American during his time there. 4th overall pick, FC Dallas in the 2019 MLS draft. That whistle will go against Brooklyn FC. As Juve is down. Juve still trying to walk it off.
He came in from behind. Juve runs hard. The ones you can't prep for are sometimes the ones that hurt the most.
And we did say in the open, it is one of the nicer 41-degree days that you're going to find here in Michigan, but it's still 41 degrees, and those still hurt.
And dropping.
Yeah. Ball swung in. Montgomery was a target. Darren Smith tried to give it a half volley. And fans, USL Championship and League One are on CBS Sports and ESPN platforms all season long. Catch live matches with expert analysis every day on the CBS Sports Golazo Network and ESPN+. Go to USLChampionship.com or USLLeague1.com for the complete USL television listings. Appreciate you tapping in here. Week 1 for Detroit City FC. Electric start. Darren Smith with the goal in the 3rd minute. That is where we stand. Neil Rule, John Krieger here with you. Be back with John for another season. Detroit City FC. Zaki plays that one up ahead. Maxey flicks it on. Darren Smith overran it.
If he could have controlled that cut inside, it would have been very problematic for Brooklyn. Neil, already there's a battle to watch between the forward line of Brooklyn FC and Detroit City's backline. City love to play with 2 center backs, and so Brooklyn's response to that is to have both Hundal and Obregon up there testing those center backs. And so Detroit has dropped a 3rd defender back. It doesn't allow the fullbacks to be as active in Dichio's system as he would like them to be. City will take that kind of throw all day.
Absolutely. This portion of the broadcast brought to you by Motor City Casino. Happy to have Motor City Casino on board here with Detroit City FC. Carlos Herrera line things up. Just about 20 minutes into this one. Herrera had 1.33 goals against average last season. Boy, Obregon, very physical with the takedown. That ball sent in.
It'll be interesting to see if we have a replay of that, because City have been called for a couple of fouls that were less physical than that.
And now we get a whistle and a stoppage. Ryan Williams.
Oh, Williams might have taken one in a bad area.
Yes, I think that may have been the case. For those of you just joining us, let's take a look back to the Darren Smith goal. And John, this was right out of the box here this afternoon.
And Amo Mensah puts it on an absolute dime for Darren Smith to run onto and chase. And his defender, a little bit of hesitation, and Darren Smith at the same time turned on the Jets, created about 6 yards of space, and just toe poked it past the keeper for a 1-0 start. Devin Amo Mensah gets his first assist of the season. And a free kick going City's way. Now this is getting a little chippier, Neil Rule, and Rodrigo Albuquerque is going to have to watch that.
Kazil plays it up ahead. Brooklyn FC really physical here in his first 20 minutes of the match. Only Junior, a nifty little pass. Obregon to slot it across. Can Juve make a turn? Juve unable to take it with him.
Rule number one is secure the ball. He was looking upfield before he had the football at his feet, and it almost turned into a dangerous situation.
Alves screaming for it in the middle of the pitch. Pass slotted across by Pinto. Detroit City will clear. Alves to get it under control. Good strong effort by Montgomery.
And I think we're going to get our first talking to of the match.
As we get you caught up with the scores from around USL Championship. And Jacksonville underway.
I'm going to be interested to see what Sporting Jacks do in their first season in the league. A couple of these expansion teams I really want to watch, and I think they have the opportunity to make early waves. This Brooklyn team down in Jacksonville.
Of course, this Brooklyn FC team already has got a win over Indy 11.
And Detroit City is fine with that, thank you very much.
And that shot will roll wide of the post. Herrera had it. Looks like he had it in his sights the whole way. And fans, don't forget you can watch USL Championship in Spanish on 2DN. That's right, the nation's leading Spanish language sports network. Lexington SC take on newcomer Brooklyn FC on Wednesday, March 25th at 7 p.m. Eastern. Go to uslchampionship.com for the complete USL TV listings.
2DN, of course, televising this match today. So our Spanish-speaking fans will have the opportunity to see Keyworth Stadium in all its somewhat chilly glory.
Ivanovic grab it quickly and roll it out.
I don't know about you, partner. If I look at the sheer statistics, Brooklyn only has 51% possession to DCFC's 48.9. It feels a lot different than that.
More. Yeah, you're right. This portion of the broadcast brought to you by Old Nation Brewing Company, celebrating 10 years of independent and respectfully brewed beers. Not gonna lie, it may be an M43 night when we get home tonight.
That's a good night.
Yes, it is. Across, Marco Romeo. Romeo came up in the Toronto FC youth system. Ball taken away. And taken back. Clearance attempt, though, blocked out. Atez Juve. Cedeno. Right foot blast will go just wide of the frame.
Good extra feed there. Just got underneath it a little bit.
Boy, Ryan Williams was waiting on that. Didn't take him a lot of time to get that lined up and give it a go.
Ryan Williams from Birkenhead, England. And he took a lash at it, kind of swung the leg a little bit. Looked like my slice off the tee.
Well, it stayed in the area of play, though, John, so it was a little bit different than yours. So, like, we got the ball back.
Listen,
you know?
but if there was a puddle down there, would have found it.
That's true.
It's like my drives off the tee. Neil has played with me often enough to know that I don't actually play golf. I play a different sport called curse, which is where I swing the club. It doesn't go where I want it to, and then I curse at it for a while.
Maxi Rodriguez, the target. Just that one down. Smith, a little heavy with the touch. Zaki will come over. Back into Amumensa.
Look at how far forward Devin is. That's confidence in his ability, and also a nice way to compact the pitch. 25 minutes in, almost a third of the way through the match. And at that point, I would say Detroit City FC's grade probably a solid B+. I would like them to have more control of the ball in midfield. That's going to be what drives Danny Dichio's system. For Brooklyn, I'd say it's probably a B. You give up an early goal, but they've controlled things since.
Now, Brooklyn FC, they were a little late getting to school today. But once they got there, they paid attention. They've been taking notes. They gained some control of the match. And I think that shows a lot, too. Brooklyn FC, first-year franchise in USL Championship. Your first road match, you're dropped in pound for pound one of the toughest places to play in American soccer. You spot them a goal 2.5 minutes in. And they did very, very well, John, I think, to get things under control and stay in the match.
Well, and I think that part of it is the caliber of athlete they brought in. Let's take a look at their squad. You've got a guy who played for Liverpool in the FA Cup on your roster. You've got a guy who played for U.S. youth national teams. You've got a guy that's played 2 or 3 that have played professionally in MLS. You've got a guy that's played professionally in Brazil. You've got a former Big Ten Offensive Player of the Year at Penn State. These are all people who know how to win in high-leverage situations and know how to respond when you go down an early goal. You got a squad there that'll keep their heads about them, and that's going to serve them well here. And it's served them well since they gave up the opening mark.
Talking about Obregon, too. He signed with Necaxa after college, played for the Honduran Olympic team in 2021. They beat Team USA during qualifiers to qualify for the Olympics.
Servania, 6 caps for Puerto Rico's national team in CONCACAF matches.
Alves does well to keep that control. Pinto touches up ahead. The flag is up on Obregon. Snuck in a little early.
Good job by the assistant to be that tight, that far out. Sometimes you can get away with those higher up the pitch. Referee's assistant right on it.
This portion of the broadcast brought to you by Wayne State University, proud to be the official higher education partner of Detroit City Football Club.
Had a couple of Wayne State nights last year. Brought some students in, bust them in here, had a great time at Keyworth Stadium. Helped liven up the atmosphere, had to. Not that it's not lively every night.
Kobe Hernandez Foster had a goal and 3 assists last year. Came in about the midway point of the season for Detroit City FC. Drives one up ahead, looking for Darren Smith. That ball was sent up directly into the wind. It's not the breeze that there's been in the Detroit area the last couple days where stuff was blown around the neighborhoods, but still that ball, high arcing pass, got caught in the wind a bit.
I'll tell you what, the weather has not been easy on Michigan. Tornadoes going through the west side of the state this week. Just to everybody out there that's affected, thinking about you. A couple of areas in the state have states of emergency because of weather.
Williams for Maxey. Turns. Juve. It's going to get on the horse. Here he comes. 1v1. Juve. That's redirected. Just over top of the bar. Cedeno. Nearly the ultimate show of finesse.
After about 5 minutes of being gummed up in midfield, all of a sudden, a ball out wide. Acres of space to run into the area. Puts it up, and Cedeno just tries the cheeky chip and couldn't bring it down in time.
He nearly pulled that off.
And that would have been a heck of a goal for the highlight reels.
John, I'll tell you what. Zatez Juve gets run over.
That's, if it's not a card, it's going to be close. He's certainly going to get the naughty boy conversation. And the referee has basically pointed out to him that I've caught you a couple times. So, and you saw it right there on the screen. 1, 2, 3, no more. So he's watching the number there, and I think any contact will result in a card.
A little bit ago, I'm talking to the official as well. Detroit City FC training staff comes out to tend to Atez Juve. And partner, I was just about to say, Juve has it. When he gets the ball and it's space and it's 1v1, you can, everybody in the stadium just kind of adjust. I say he changes the physiology in the stadium. Like you pay attention to what he's doing. He's so dynamic.
He is, and you know, I think part of the reason for that is more than a lot of players in this league, he plays with his head up, right? So he's always looking for the opportunity. Is it an opening pass to defender? Is it a feed that he can make to somebody else? You get a lot of wingers in this league that they get the ball at their feet and they just put their head down and truck, right? Atez gets the ball, and all of a sudden he's got his head on a swivel. What's my next move? I call it kind of like the lily pad, formula here. If you're a frog, you're always looking which lily pad you're going to jump to next. And that's what Atez does. He's going to go ahead and where is going to be the next way that I'm going to move the chessboard to make things happen. And when you have a player like that, it becomes very dynamic. I hope he's all right.
Juve standing out on the touchline right now. They did have to stop the match to allow the training staff to come on.
So he's got to be out for at least 30 seconds.
Hernandez Foster will drive it in. And that ball's loose, and it's Darren Smith on the spot. A brace for Darren Smith in the first 31 minutes, 2-0 City.
Smith makes him pay again. A beautiful set piece. And he's there to put it home. And after a half an hour where Brooklyn had controlled things for large parts of it, Detroit City FC take advantage of this. The set piece in, high off ahead. Keeper comes, he comes too late. Smith is there, and he pokes it home. And that is one that the Brooklyn keeper will want to have back. If you're in a situation like that, you either got to come and win it, or you got to stay at home and try to make the save. Otherwise, you get caught in no man's land. And when you get caught in no man's land, that's what happens.
And that goal brought to you by the Motor City Casino. Darren Smith right now working towards a full house of goals. He's got a couple already.
If he takes home the match ball with a hat trick in match number 1, that's going to be a heck of a start to the year.
We saw Darren Smith last year when he came to Detroit City FC after spending almost a decade over in Finland, Morocco, South Africa. He came in blazing hot too. Went through a bit of a dry stretch to close the regular season. But he can get you goals, a lot of them, in a little amount of time.
If he's fit, he's outstanding. He picked up a knock in about match 10, and I don't think he was ever fully right the rest of the way. He looks fully fit now, my friend.
Yes, he does. Kobe Hernandez-Foster called for that takedown. Obregon, I think, wanted more than just a foul, but we've seen the standard here today. It's going to take a lot to get a yellow.
And frankly, Rodrigo Albuquerque has defined that standard well. But he's also, by virtue of his communication with some of the players, he's very much keeping tally. There are no freebies. Pounce on that. There it is.
Cedeno sends it up ahead, just overcooks it a little bit. And John, that is true. Probably should have put that caveat out there. It will take a lot to get a yellow, except for a couple of players that he's already talked to.
Yep, I've seen him do the 1, 2, 3 count a couple of times. So it's not that he's not looking, and it's not that he's saying that you can get away with a lot. He's just set a standard that's a little more physical.
Pinto able to work his way through. This is dangerous. Making a run right side. Silvania takes it to the corner. He lost control.
That is an excellent job by City's defense. That's a beautiful job going into the corner of just shepherding your man away from goal. And then on the artificial surface, the touch was a little bit heavy. And all of a sudden, City have a throw.
And there's Tommy Silva.
Coming to Detroit City FC from Real Monarchs, SLC.
It is college soccer at UCLA. And that ball slotted up ahead. Here's Atez Juve.
2 runners.
Maxi Rodriguez. Juve will try to fight through himself. And that ball is cleared away, so a corner coming up for Detroit City.
Even though he couldn't provide the service, he won the corner with his speed. First City corner of the match.
This portion of the broadcast brought to you by SeatGeek, your ticket to great Detroit City FC seats. Ryan Williams over. Williams signed with Brentford in 2015 for the EFL. Williams drives it. Free to Silva. The ball will be sent up ahead. Will it check up? Mensa didn't quite get there. Ran out of real estate, it looked like. Fans remember, Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship. From grassroots to the pros, Select is there every step of the way. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select product specials and more. Select, the player's choice.
I like the new ball this year.
I do too, yeah.
Got that neon, kind of that vibrant blue panel. Makes
Very earthy tones.
Well, and makes it easier to see, frankly, on a cloudy day like this.
Herrera pounded out towards the midfield line. Maxi Rodriguez went up for it. Marco Romeo, though, at 6'5", physics won that battle. Throw coming in for Brooklyn FC. Marco Romeo, we talked about him, 25 years old, part of the Toronto FC youth system, played in the Danish First League, spent the last 3 years in the Canadian Premier League. Ball sent through the middle.
Even better play by Williams to disrupt that. They were trying to go out wide.
Olney will get it back. The 18. Olney lets it go. Ryan Williams blocks that shot. Cross in. And very sure-handedly, Carlos Herrera plays it off the bounce.
That's how you come for a ball in your area. Got to come out, got to be assertive. And you got to have one thought in your head. Am I staying home or am I coming out? You can't get wishy-washy.
Saw Rizvanovic a couple of times. You said kind of, because even if you don't make a choice, you know, that's a choice, right?
Listen, when you're a keeper, there is no halfway. Halfway gets you hurt, either with a goal or physically. And there have been a couple of moments today where he's been in a halfway situation.
Herrera surveys the scene. Pings it out. Ryan Williams. Hernandez Foster. Cedeno tried to step through a double team. He's taken down, only called for the foul.
And the referee's going to, I think, make City bring this back. And tried to acquire some more real estate on the free kick. Key 5 minutes of the match right here, Neil.
Big time turn by Juve. Can he keep it? Nope, it's touched away by Romeo.
But again, it has Brooklyn on the back heel.
It's dynamic. He is dynamic. Cedeno taken down.
What we're seeing with Juve really is, so Brooklyn have their back line, and then they've got a couple in front, right? So the problem for them has been, I don't think the two in front of their back line know quite sure what they want to do with Juve, because I don't know that they're fast enough to keep up with him. So if they come out and try to challenge him, he can blow right by and have a lot of space to provide service. But if they sit back, they allow him to get some speed and run at them, and then he can feed off the side of the foot, because Darren Smith's been a good runner, and all of a sudden you have a problem that way.
Hernandez Foster, Ryan Williams. Williams gives way. Hernandez Foster sends it in, and that's headed and popped up in the air and cleared out.
I tell you what, that was another halfway moment. Not authoritative keeping by Kane Rizvanovic. Say that 10 times fast.
The ball rolls up ahead. Played well done by Maxi Rodriguez to Darren Smith. Cedeno, a dead sprint to apply pressure. That ball sent through. Dangerous moments for Brooklyn FC.
That was almost a dead giveaway. Brooklyn very lucky there.
Silva will take control of that one in the open pitch. Tommy Silva, we talked earlier, played his college soccer at UCLA. He was a third-team freshman All-American for the Bruins. Signed a homegrown contract with Real Salt Lake. Played for Real Salt Lake a couple of occasions. Also, as you talked about, Real Monarchs, USL Championship. Really like the look of Callum Montgomery for Detroit City FC.
Tough Canadian player. He spent some time up in the Canadian leagues, and let me tell you something about the Canadian leagues. They are physical leagues. That fits in very well with what you're going to see here in USL Championship.
Cedeno goes down. Official says play on. And there's Montgomery with him. Sometimes a roster will lie to you. Maybe a guy is 6'1", they'll list him at 6'2" or 6'3". Montgomery is every bit of 6'3". Every bit.
And built, by the way.
Yes. Cedeno drives it across. Beautiful ball. Darren Smith was the target that was cut out, but another corner coming up for Detroit City FC. Boy, John, when we were talking We had mentioned how Brooklyn FC gave up that early goal and they really studied the ship. Detroit City FC has snatched control of this match.
Ever since the second goal. And really, it is being driven. Detroit City FC, for large parts of this match after the first goal, was playing a little bit of long ball. They aren't playing long ball anymore. And they are absolutely abusing Brooklyn on the wings.
Corner will be coming up. This portion of the broadcast brought to you by DTE Energy. Score energy savings this spring by visiting dteenergy.com/save energy.
City very active before the corner. Amo Mensah making himself a bother.
Ball driven into the middle, and it's headed just wide. Boy, that was Montgomery. That 6'3" frame nearly bagged one.
He had the advantage. He just went off the side of his head. If he could have gotten that one on the forehead, that might have been 3. An absolute outstanding first half for Detroit City FC.
Juve toe pokes that one away. Conference call with Danny Dichio talked about Atez Juve, what he does defensively. And that's not usually the first thing you think about with Juve because he's so dynamic. But that's what Danny Dichio was celebrating.
By the way, that turnover that just happened, all Darren Smith. Ran at the defender. He made a bad pass out wide, and City have control now. 2 minutes of extra time here at the end of the first half.
City will be deliberate with the control. That ball did cross the line. Ball's along the line. That one went across the line as well, so City will get it back.
And you know what? Detroit City FC is fine with the first half inning like this. You can stagnate it, get to the point where Brooklyn can't do anything with it. And Amo Mensah just goes and cleans up the trash, puts it up high.
Juve gives chase. Ball pinged up Montgomery. They'll get some control. NFC still with some time to work with. It's taken away. Here's Juve with some real estate and some runners. Darren Smith running out. Maxey puts it into space. Can Juve catch up to it? He does. Juve tried to step over.
That's going to be a card.
And it is a booking. And Detroit City will get a set piece here.
So there's our first booking of the match. And a deserved one. Nice job to keep it in play. And yeah, he just left the leg in there. He wasn't going to allow a run into the area. And you take the yellow card and move along.
Kaya Zeal, the guilty party. Of course, yellow cards brought to you by the Saba Law Firm.
Kaya Zeal also was trying to make the veteran move of leaving a leg in while simultaneously with the upper half of the body looking like you were just trying to get out of it.
Ryan Williams stepping over, of course. Ryan Williams more than capable of giving it a go from here. If he sees an avenue he likes. Ryan goes up, gives it a run! Boy, he sent that one with some sauce. Rizvanovic, I think, got a piece of it.
He had to. It was bending in toward the back post.
Williams slaps his hands together. He nearly had a highlight reel. Detroit City FC here towards the death of the first half.
City they look much more organized this year. Early doors on set pieces.
Corner fizzed in. And that ball's coming up this way. And the halftime whistle will sound. A dominant 45 minutes for Detroit City FC. And John, you can't draw it up any better than that for the home side.
Dream start. First time that Detroit City FC has started at home for the USL Championship season. They come out, get a goal after 3 minutes, add another. Darren Smith at the races. Now you just got to hold on and secure 3 points.
That will bring us to halftime here at Keyworth. And, of course, halftime presented by Pabst Light, America's quality light beer. We'll be back with more. 2-0, Detroit City FC over Brooklyn FC.
There's a beer in the D for me and you. From Royal Oak to Jefferson Avenue. Grab a friend and a jersey too and chant. Chant like you give a damn. Now we're talking Detroit and Strohs is spoken here.
You're spinning again, the chip! Give him two! It's through two defenders! Oh, what a goal by Juve! Service on the corner! And it's 1-0 City! Back inside historic Keyworth Stadium, 2-0 Detroit City FC with the lead over Brooklyn FC. Danny Dichio in his third season, head coach here at Detroit City FC. Let's learn a little more about Danny.
230 minutes, so put the work in. With the ball, without the ball. We want to see organized press from both teams in a different way. And then in possession of the ball, we want to play with good energy. Listen, when I came in, the first year, signing my 2-year contract, it was always going to be a longer-term project for me. On the field and coming in here every day, the project is still in the midst of being developed, and there's a process behind that. And signing the new deal, it was apparent to me that the club want to move forwards and be even more successful, and I want to be a part of that. Let's go. Start moving the ball around. Let's go. Come on.
Looking back on 2025, there was a lot of highs and lows. We had a good start to the season again. And then in the middle of the season, we had a dip where we were trying to find ourselves. We played some games where we didn't really show our true pedigree and our DNA that I just spoke about.
And in stoppage time, Loudoun United takes a 1-0 lead.
But I feel that the group responded in a real Detroit way towards the end of the season. We picked up a couple of really good results on the road where a lot of teams or experts, critics didn't fancy us, and then we speak about one of the best games in the club's history and going to Louisville and picking up the result. I give a lot of credit to the team for bouncing back after a middle slump to the season, which is a long season, but we can't have that again. If we want to perform and get to the upper echelons of the league and get a good playoff spot at home where we want to be at home in playoffs, then we have to perform more consistently throughout the year. This is a club that I want to evolve with, I want to grow with, I want to help succeed, and to be given that responsibility and that reward as well for, you know, the work that I've done so far was very, very humbling for me. But I want to do better. I want to achieve more, and I want to do it with this club and this group. So that was a huge pull for me in saying, like, we're not just going to settle in being who we are. We want to push the envelope a little bit more and try and prove that we're one of the biggest clubs in the USL Championship.
Okay, let's go.
It is halftime in the USL Championship. We hope you're enjoying your match so far. I'm Dan Lucas inside the USL studio with a look at some of the headlines for this week. On opening night, Louisville City rallied to defeat I-64 rival Lexington SC 2-1, extending its winning streak in season opening matches to 7. A streak that began in 2020 continues. A pair of first-year clubs collected victories in their inaugural matches. JC Obregon converted a penalty kick to lead Brooklyn FC to a 1-0 victory over Indy 11. And in League One, AC Boise went on the road to defeat Sarasota Paradise 1-0 in the inaugural match for both clubs. Let's dive into a milestone for Sacramento Republic goalkeeper Danny Vitiello, who recorded his 59th career shutout last week, a USL Championship record, 150 career appearances, with just under 40% of those games, no goals allowed. About that. We have a pair of matches coming up that will be broadcast in Spanish on 2DN, Wednesday the 25th, 7 p.m. Eastern. Lexington SC hosts Brooklyn FC. Then on Saturday the 28th, a 4 p.m. Eastern start between Detroit City and Charleston Battle. That's a look at the headlines for this week. Let's get you back to your match for the second half.
Match day 1 is the season opener of the USL Championship.
No time like the present for these teams to make a statement and begin the campaign on the right foot.
We all have goals. But let's be honest, most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
Today, we accomplished nothing. I mean it, not a thing. And it was kinda everything.
This spring, stay 3 nights and get a $50 Best Western gift card.
Prinks Tires in the USL help soccer journeys everywhere to drive harder. From city playgrounds to suburban sidelines, from early mornings to late nights, from fun with friends to winner takes all, from the biggest fan to the biggest heart. And at every turn, Prinks Tires will be there for the long haul.
Halftime here at historic Keyworth Stadium. Darren Smith, 2. Brooklyn FC, 0. Smith with the brace. in the first half of play. Of course, halftime brought to you by Pabst Light, America's quality light beer. Neil Wool, John Krieger back with you, and let's take a look at the live scores going on around USL Championship. And John, as we look at it, of course, Lou City at home, no surprise, they bagged 3 in the first half.
Normal service resumes there.
Right.
The match I'm looking at with how good Loudoun was last year, that big win for Pittsburgh at home, knocking off Loudoun early. That's a good start for them. And at halftime, look at Sporting Jacks hanging right in there with Rhode Island. Just shows you how competitive the Eastern Conference can be.
Let's take a look at what's going on around USL Championship this evening. Of course, the usual slate of West Coast matches. You can catch the action on ESPN+. Also, of course, that Sacramento-Lexington SC match on CBS Sports. Galazzo, which one catches your eye there, Joe? What's John Krieger's TV going to be on tonight?
Well, you just talked about it. I want to see what Republic look like. And Lexington, you know what? They acquitted themselves well last week. I'm going to be interested to see how they will deal with one of the preeminent class sides in the league.
Oakland Roots, of course, will be at home in Oakland Alameda County Coliseum. I just like watching that environment as well. We will take our final halftime break, come back, and get you the second half of action. 2-0, Detroit City FC with the lead. We'll be back with more USL Championship Soccer.
Hi, I'm Jonathan with DTE Energy. August 11th is Miss Dig 811 Day in the state of Michigan. But did you know any day of the year, 24/7 is the right time to call Miss Dig? Call at least 3 days before any digging project, large or small. Our crews will mark where DTE natural gas lines run to your home or business so you can dig safely. The service is free, it's fast, and it's the law. Remember 811. Call Miss Dig first.
Soccer, soccer, soccer. Watch it at Detroit's premier soccer bar, the Detroit City Clubhouse. We have domestic and international. Soccer, soccer, soccer. Enjoy cold beer. Don't forget to pies. The Detroit City Clubhouse. Perfect for birthday parties and corporate events. Detroit City Clubhouse. Detroit's home for soccer, soccer, soccer.
Detroit City FC is presented by Fort Pontchartrain, proud to be the official hotel partner of DCFC. Back here inside historic Keyworth Stadium, let's take a look at the highlights from the first 45 minutes of play. It really was a dream start for Detroit City FC. Third minute, Darren Smith able to take advantage of some indecision from the keeper Rizvanovic, and he makes no mistake and puts Detroit City FC up 1-0, and the place was rocking early. Brooklyn FC, in the meantime, was able to stabilize the match to some degree, but then Detroit City FC's Darren Smith strikes again off another mistake from Brooklyn FC.
Well, that's what happens when the keeper is indecisive, and that's exactly what happened. Came too late, Smith able to put it past him, nothing he could do, and Darren Smith has the brace in the first half. He's on a hat trick. I think he's going to get a good chance at it.
Let's check out the halftime stats. Of course, Detroit City FC with the edge in shots on target, shots as well. Brooklyn FC with the possession edge. But, John, we're already seeing this year those 3 shots on target, 7 shots. Offense looks a bit different for Detroit City this year.
Let's be real about it. Second half of last season, how many times were we looking at Detroit City FC with 8 shots but none on target, 6 shots but 1 on target? To have 3 shots on target and 2 goals in the first half of the season and get a lot more joy on the wings. Just how Danny Dichio would want to draw it up.
3 corners for Detroit City FC as well. It was really 3 separate parts to that first half. Detroit City FC, the jump to start. Brooklyn FC stabilized the match after the goal, but then DCFC.
So while you were starting the highlights, I got a sub here up in our booth. Coming on will be Ryan McLaughlin, the young man out of Belfast who played for St. Patrick's Athletic and came out of Liverpool Academy, played for the Reds in the FA Cup, has an appearance for Liverpool. He comes on, and coming off is Van Kayazil, whose race is run after 45 minutes.
Kayazil, who comes out, played over 165 USL Championship matches. In comes the 31-year-old that signed with Liverpool, as you said. Played 5 matches for the Northern Ireland national team as well. Last 3 seasons in the Irish Premier Division, so it's veteran for veteran.
I'll tell you what, the home nations right now in the final stages of World Cup qualifying, it's the bigger World Cup. Northern Ireland's still in it, Wales still in it, Scotland's already qualified. You got a lot of happy football fans in that part of the world. You know, just looking at City down here on the pitch, I see more smiles than I saw in the second half of 2025. Now, granted, you're up 2-0, but
easy to smile then, right?
It's easy to smile, but also they look free out there, Neil. And that's what Danny Dichio needs.
This portion of the broadcast brought to you by Fago, proud to be the official pop of DCFC. As always, this is a Rock and Rye friendly booth.
Absolutely.
Joof with the challenge. And Joof will pick up the foul.
Speaking of Fago in the booth, you know what else is a fixture in our booth is Srodek sausages, and we certainly want to send a hello out to Janie from Srodek's, who missed the last half of last season as she was battling cancer. We understand she's doing better back at Srodek's, and we're going to perhaps see her back at Keyworth this year. So I know she's watching.
Hopefully.
Yep. Glad things are going better for you, because we are also a Srodek's family, a Srodek's booth. And in fact, a new feature here at Keyworth, the party decks are now the Sro decks.
That's right.
So it's a nice little play on the name of that fine sausage purveyor.
It's a little chilly today out there, but they're still getting it in up there in the Srodex. You can get your tickets, come be a part of everything that's going on. Go to DebtCityFC.com, get out here and get it rolling.
And by the way, get out here this season, but also put those ticket deposits down for Alumni Field when it opens up. You want to be in that number. You want to secure your seat now. You can visit DebtCityFC.com, learn all about City's new home, and put your 2027 ticket deposits down so you can be there when we move into our forever home in the next chapter of soccer history here in Detroit.
Maxi Rodriguez, quick touch. Maxi will get it back. Does well to control it with the toe. Maxi on the move will win the throw. Kiyoshi there on your screen. There's college soccer at Marshall. They were the 2024 College Cup finalist. Throw fired in for City.
Wind has stayed constant here, so City going with the wind here after halftime. Headed down toward the Sweets end.
As you're watching it on your screen, it's coming from your right to left. Well, good work in a tight spot there by Yamazaki. Maxi Rodriguez has it, throws it up. Darren Smith, can he get on the end of it? He cannot this time. Zvanovic made the decision early, scooped it up.
And that's what you have to do as a keeper, is make that decision early, because if he had stayed back, Darren Smith was on the end of it, and he was going to have a hat trick.
Hernandez Foster. So poke ahead Cedeno. Maxey up with him. Able to find Maxey. Juve was making a move. Can Ryan Williams win it? He does. We get a whistle. Oh, flag was up. Across the way. Montgomery.
Callum Montgomery stepping in again.
Boy, Cedeno got absolutely eliminated on that 50-50 ball.
Referee going over to make sure he's okay. On a cold day like this, those take a while to shake off, partner. We said that in the first half, and it's only gotten colder.
Right. Yeah, the sun went away.
The sun is a memory at this point. Ooh,
Maxey with the turn. Maxey nearly got it to Darren Smith.
We've seen a couple times today, Neil, where Detroit City midfielders have let the ball run onto them and use the body to turn and try to redirect that ball instead of stopping and allowing a defender to close you down. Maxey's done it a couple times.
Juve in space. Juve turns it on. Hernandez Foster steps across, lets it go, and bangs it off the right post.
With a little hezzy to create space and puts it back across goal. That's a heads-up move to delay just that half-second pause. Watch this. Feet out wide. Here's Hernandez Foster. There it is. Let your defender over, pursue, and have a go. And he didn't miss by much.
Saki sends it up. Good throw for Brooklyn FC. 51st minute.
Such a good shape for City right now. No real passing opportunities for Brooklyn. They're going to put it out wide, but Williams back there to play it out. City have the advantage in pace right now, and they're using it to their advantage.
Kobe Hernandez Foster, how do you keep that in play?
Let's look out. Oh, wow.
Juve steps through.
And he's going to draw a foul and a free kick and a booking on an opponent. That's what Atez Juve can do. That came out of nothing, Neil. All of a sudden, he inserts himself, and just by virtue of putting himself in good position, puts somebody on a booking. That was 1v2. And he watch the positioning here. Juve comes up. He feels the contact. He waits for the contact to be prolonged enough that the referee's going to notice. He goes down. Just excellent positioning, splitting two defenders and getting in a position to draw the booking.
Servania hit with the yellow card, of course brought to you by Seva Law Firm. And we'll see what happens. What LeBlanc wants to do. Head coach of Brooklyn FC. Of course, Kayazil was subbed off at halftime. He had a yellow card.
And by the way, this is where all those talking twos in the first half and the counting up of fouls might bite Brooklyn a little bit. Wow. Nice play out wide.
Cedeno. Chip it up ahead. Darren Smith went down. He planted his foot.
And he's stretching it out.
Cedeno in the meantime tried to cross it. Novich played it out. Now it's played back in. Novich again. Mensa trying to fight his way around and did so. And Ryan Williams didn't like the call, and there's about 6,000 others in this stadium that didn't like the call.
That's one of those 50-50s. And sometimes you're just not going to win that. Darren Smith is now being looked at by the training staff and grabbing the leg. And that is not what you want to see if you are Danny Dichio in week 1 of the regular season. Striker on a brace, and it was just non-contact.
Non-contact, out there by himself.
Plant the foot, down you go.
And Lila back out there. The athletic training staff for Detroit City FC.
And Keyworth Stadium is going deathly quiet.
And what you wanted to see was the stretching, right? You wanted to see that.
And then, no, it's a cramp.
Cramp
Here
situation,
we go.
right.
But we're not seeing stretching, and we're seeing somebody getting ready on the bench.
A little bit of a chance to hydrate for the players out there. Detroit City FC will be on the road next weekend at Indy 11. This portion of the broadcast is brought to you by SeatGeek, your ticket to great Detroit City FC seats.
Darren Smith does not have a happy look on his face. Sitting down there. By the way, gives an opportunity for us to talk about something that happened pregame. Detroit City FC continued its tradition, holding a moment of silence for all the supporters who passed away in the off-season and over the last year. Detroit City FC, certainly a community club, founded in community, the focus of this club, and so a tradition here at Keyworth Stadium at the start of every season. We honor the supporters that we've lost over the last year, and say that and acknowledge their role in helping this club become what it is.
In the meantime, a couple of substitutions for Brooklyn FC. Tommy McNamara comes in. Stefan Stojanovic also in for Brooklyn FC. Pinto comes out. Mondal comes out. And Darren Smith walking slowly off the pitch. You can see that on the left side of your screen.
And I think he's going to be replaced. We've got someone stripping him, putting the strip on down on the city bench, talking to Danny Dichio. And now you just got to hope the news is good.
Darren Smith will come out. And we'll get our first look at Chizom Egbuchulam. Native of Nigeria, played from 2020 to 2023 in the China Super League and League One. Scored 36 goals in 89 matches during his time there. Spent the last 2 seasons in the Saudi Arabia First Division.
With Al Jandal. Well, Darren Smith's contribution was a good one. 2 goals. You're just hoping it's a cold day and that there are no huge problems as he runs his race today. Going to be very interesting to see what Egbuchulam looks like up top.
Rodriguez, as he has all day today, sliding a little further up top.
Atez Diouf moving a little further forward as well.
Service in. Montgomery once again. Montgomery using that 6'3" frame and eliminating threats.
And here comes Egbuchulam onto the pitch. He is a sizable forward, my friend. I would not be surprised to see some aerial service to him because he's going to win some aerial battles in that box.
Diouf with the challenge, and that ball played away Here's Juve with it. Touched away. Throw coming up. Stojanovic plays it away. Stojanovic, 57th overall pick by Philadelphia Union in the 2023 MLS draft. 17 matches played for Las Vegas Lights last season. Had 2 goals. Egbuchulam gives chase, and he will earn a throw.
Egbuchulam wasn't first to the ball, but he was effective in pursuing the ball and forcing that put out for a throw. And look at immediately where he camps out now. No pretense about it. I'm going to get about 4 yards away from the 6-yard box, get it to me.
Montez Juve was trying to. Colby Hernandez-Foster to Maxey. Maxey looks sharp today.
You know what? Darren Smith will probably get man of the match honors with 2 goals, and fittingly so. But Ryan Williams has had a good match. Maxey's had an excellent match in his return to Keyworth. Montgomery's had an excellent match. A lot of supporting
a bit of
cast.
Contact there. Ryan McLaughlin and the official. In the meantime, Detroit City FC will get a set piece out of it.
Good idea to antagonize a referee. It doesn't ever work well for you.
Typically, no.
I mean, in all of your time calling multiple sports, and you and I have been behind the mic for multiple sports, have you ever had one of those situations where the referee
Not
looked at
one
you
time.
and said, you know what, I was wrong?
You're right. Hey, everybody, I was wrong. Let's change this up. Ryan Williams wings one in. It's knocked down and will go just wide of the goal. And John, I'll tell you this too. These set pieces
much better
for Detroit City FC. The first couple were lacking a little bit, but since that time, pretty much they've been unilaterally dangerous. And that ball.
Oh, Brooklyn's out of sorts. They don't know what to do right now. This is just scramble the ball around and try something to get it forward. And Tiffin Amu-Mensah just absolutely won a battle there. Then he fell and blew a tire, and now Brooklyn have a chance to bring it out.
And they will do just that. And there are players available on the right side. Boy, Stojanovic was standing by himself. Here comes City on the other side. They've got 5 across. It's a 5-on-4. That ball sent out, and this will be a goal kick.
Some more of the unlicensed referees not happy.
Fans, if you can't watch the match tonight on SiriusXM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access on Tuesday nights. You can hear live matches from the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more, all on SiriusXM FC 157 and the SiriusXM app.
I'll tell you what, it's one of my fun buttons.
No doubt, only on the left side. Couple of scissor steps, chips it up ahead, redirected, and flying off the line is Herrera.
You know what, though? You talked about the scissor steps, right? But then behind the scissor steps, you know what happened? City had 3 defenders back. The scissor steps actually delayed things. And all of a sudden, City, with pace to burn, negated this situation. Under a half hour to go. A+ for Detroit City FC at the moment. 2 goals to the good. Have kept control in the opening 15 minutes of the second half. This is the textbook way to run a home open, plain and simple. That was one of the Achilles heels of this club last year, was not being able to make Keyworth a fortress. What they have done today is what they need to do.
This portion of the broadcast brought to you by the Seva Law Firm.
Williams. That's mine. I'm going to take it away.
Substitution looks like it's ready to happen for Brooklyn FC when they get the opportunity. Ball headed down. Peter Mangione will come in. Servania will come out. Brooklyn FC, just 1 shot on target. Carlos Herrera has been well protected here tonight.
You know what, though? When he's had to come out and do something with it,
he's done it.
He's been there and been decisive.
And that one save was save of the week caliber. Olney sends it across. No, just nobody on the other side for Brooklyn FC.
It's because they're so pinned back. City have become dominant in midfield, and Brooklyn is a little bit gun shy. And so you don't have guys moving forward because they're afraid of the counter, because the counter has burned them tonight.
And Joni will come on. And Joni played his college soccer at Penn State, was a two-time Big Ten Offensive Player of the Year as a sophomore and a senior. 31 goals in 67 matches during his time for Penn State. Also played for FC Cincinnati in the MLS and the CONCACAF Champions League matches last year. And the Norfolk and Southern rolling by.
I believe that's our first train of the season.
That is the facts. Short one, just the engine going somewhere else. There you go. We got it.
That's a teaser.
Yep.
Nice job by Adam Moyet.
Hey, the engine's got to go somewhere to link up with the rest of the cars.
Well done, John Solfaro. Nice take.
Cedeno tried to turn with it. Slotted up ahead. Obregon back-heeled it. Montgomery wins the battle again.
Brooklyn have got to find a shape. They're all over the place right now.
Mensah overcooks that pass. Trying to find Yamazaki. Now the cross sent in. Herrera goes up to get it. And Herrera was trying to drive it out to Juve and misfired with it. Egbuchulam was up there as well.
It's a little better from Brooklyn, trying to pin City back. Got to come to the ball there.
Juve and Egbuchulam just were like a boa constrictor. They just got closer and closer, and they were able to squeeze and take the ball away.
Brooklyn player out on an island there and really had no place to go. And now a throw for City, and here they go trying to flip the script and push Brooklyn back again where Brooklyn had been for most of this half.
Silva pops it up. Egbuchulam was lurking. Maxi to Cedeno. Cedeno tried to go back across. Egbuchulam the target. Boy, Obregon is 1v4 up top. And City with some space, and here they come again. Net ball sent over top of the bar. Maxi Rodriguez with a smile on his face.
And that smile was, I'm back. I like to have a lash every now and again. I haven't had a shot, and I'm just going to have a go. I think if he were to watch the film on that, see the runners coming, he might have wanted to choose a different adventure. But we can forgive him that.
This portion of the broadcast brought to you by Strategic Staffing Solutions. And Rule John Krieger here with you. 68th minute, 2-0 City. Atez Juve with the hesitation.
And again, the hesitation just forces the defender to put it out for a throw. Atez Juve 1v1 in space against anybody is going to be advantage Atez Juve.
Egbuchulam comes over to take the throw. Silva to Williams to Kobe. Kobe, some nifty footwork, nearly kept it through 3 defenders. Boy, City really moving forward.
When your center backs are at the edge of the circle in the attacking half.
Atez Juve turns and fires. Boy, Atez Juve right now is playing carefree.
They're having fun.
Yeah.
This is a football team having fun right now. See, there's not even a concession here to the fact that Brooklyn have a throw. Look how far City are staying forward.
Ryan Williams. Juve splits two defenders. Threads it through. Maxi Rodriguez in. Maxi back across. And it's touched out wide.
Truth be told, partner, I'm not sure if that was a planned pass or him fluffing his lines a little bit. But it almost ended up in the shot anyway. Because Egbuchulam did such a good job of being a runner. What is undisputed is that Maxi looking dangerous.
Into the 70th minute. McLaughlin. Brooklyn FC is getting down to about that time where you have to move forward.
Well, you have said throughout our decade together, partner, that one of the biggest truths in sports is it doesn't matter if you lose 2-0 or 3-0. You're still going to lose. And at some point, Brooklyn's going to have to throw caution to the wind.
City with the throw. Detroit City FC has been in total control since about the 25-minute mark of this match. Got the goal in the 3rd minute. Brooklyn FC was able to stabilize, but after they conceded the 2nd.
Different game.
Yeah, it's like the levee broke.
They don't know where to go with this. Those are tentative passes.
McLaughlin being challenged by Juve. Maxi comes across. Good layoff there. Great job. Mangione. Now Brooklyn FC with some room to operate and some intent. Cross blocked. Momentum. Just send it back where it came from.
And that's all you got to do for the next 20 minutes. Don't allow Brooklyn to get anything concrete. No attempts on goal. They still only have the one shot on target.
Overgoing the target. Montgomery will move over.
Obregon.
Send it back from where it came from.
Obregon the target and 2 defenders right with him. Oh, run on to it. There it is.
As Juve. Egbuchulam up there with Juve. Jumping up into the play. Silva's cross is cut out. Another corner coming up for Detroit City FC. Boy, just some dynamic runs from behind as well. You don't know who's going to jump up into the play.
Absolutely. An unselfish play, too. But the beautiful thing that started this is, again, the midfielder allowing the momentum of the ball to become an advantage and start the play. That all started because City had the presence of mind. They knew the ball was going out wide anyway. Use your body to shield. Turn it into a position where you can be productive. And all of a sudden you have a corner.
Ryan Williams will line it up. Williams gives the signal. Drives it towards the back post. Boy, Amu Mensah had a crack at it. Montgomery was there as well.
Double runners on the back post. Either could have got a head on it. This is a different look on set pieces, partner. Been a while since we've seen a number of set pieces in a row look this cohesive.
Juve nearly controlled it through 2 defenders again.
Maybe just trying to back out, let the ball run through, and then turn it upfield. Smart play in midfield today for Detroit City FC. There's nowhere for him to go. Both passing lanes were shut down, and then the only outlet is to go back and reset with your center backs.
When Daniel popped up, he was clapping his hands too.
Look at that midfield triangle for City. They're not allowing any play through midfield.
Marco Romeo. Tries to curl it back. Silva got the control, and then the whistle. Flag up. Flag is up.
But again, Brooklyn play it long, and they play it right into a 1v2. And that's not a recipe for success. Especially with Devin Amu-Mensah back there, who's going to beat you in an aerial duel.
Ball driven down. Juve lurking.
Williams absolutely tracked back and forced that pass.
Dragon slots it out. Brooklyn FC looking dangerous, and the foul is called. And Brooklyn FC, this is exactly the moment they've been waiting for. Not able to get a lot on frame, but now with a dangerous set piece opportunity. And partner, this game can flip on a dime.
Still 15 to go plus stoppage. And the last time they had a set piece in this range, Herrera had to stretch.
Make his one stop of the night. And it was a beauty.
You got a back post runner.
So here we go. And then Joni standing over it. Right foot blast, and Herrera turns it away. Way to dive across the goal and take that one away.
Two set pieces, two outstanding. Herrera stops. So hard to get down through traffic and keep sight of that ball, and Herrera did it perfectly. Just a straight interception, and City right on the counter. Juve screaming for it out wide.
And now it's slotted ahead. Juve tries to step into it. Boy, defended nicely. Juve called for the foul. That was a tremendous job done by Ryan McLaughlin.
Came over, used the body, got big, didn't allow Juve to come back to the ball. Only thing Artez could do was foul him there.
Throw coming up for Brooklyn FC, very quickly sent in. Kiyoshi had the control. Now it's out on the left side. Alves, haven't said his name a lot here in the second half. That cross deflected, and that will go towards the line. Herrera will stop it before it becomes a corner.
Checked up and allowed Herrera to get there.
Mensah send it back over the midfield line. McLaughlin and Juve, they're going to battle here this afternoon.
Just good controlled play by City right now. Nice control by Juve, and McLaughlin coming up. And his, you know what, his remit is get physical.
Cedeno back heel, beautifully done. Egbuchulam, and now stepping through, it's Maxi Rodriguez, and it's played away from Maxi at the last moment.
City with another corner, and Maxi half a step from making it 3 and putting this thing on ice. Beautiful back heel. Look at that, just redirects. Egbuchulam with a great ball out wide, another redirection in for Maxi, and that's a great job by Ryan McLaughlin to come in and make a well-controlled challenge to concede the corner and clearly prevent the goal.
Kobe Hernandez-Foster will serve the corner. A couple of subs coming in for Detroit City when they get the opportunity. Foster will be coming out, so before he does, whips the corner in. That will go out for a throw.
Lay Jope going to make his 2026 debut.
So Lai Jope will come into the match. Kobe Hernandez-Foster. Hernandez-Foster will get a nice hand, I'm sure. Detroit City FC faithful.
He put in a good shift.
And he does, as a matter of fact. So Burataka coming in for the first time here for Detroit City FC as Cedeno comes out.
Burataka coming from Birmingham Legion.
27-year-old veteran, over 175 USL Championship matches played.
Anytime you get into that number of matches played in this division, that's a guy who can grit it out during the dog days. Knows what a slog it is. There is no substitute for experience in this division.
Silva tosses it in. Chips it towards the corner. I think Juve was in an offside spot. Couldn't play it, so it goes out for a goal kick.
Look at how far forward City are. They're just going to try to pin Brooklyn back as far as they can. This is certainly the opposite of going into a shell and protecting a 2-goal lead with 10 to go. They're staying on the front foot.
Taka runs up the challenge. Egbuchulam drops back the challenge.
Nice step in by Joe to disrupt that pass.
Ball sent back to Romeo. '82nd minute. Neil Rule, John Krieger here with you. 2 Darren Smith goals in the first half. That is a difference.
I would be willing to bet we're at about 5 minutes of stoppage time with substitutions and injuries. So City have to hold on for about 14, 15 more minutes. Put 3 points in the bank on opening day.
Kiyoshi. Kiyoshi gets it back. Service into the box. Nobody there except for Callum Montgomery. And that ball, the clearance attempt was blocked by Ladanovic, and it came in like a rocket to Herrera, who had to be ready.
It's a good thing he was in a good position, didn't have to move much. That was almost a gift, and it's a good thing for City that Herrera never took his focus off the ball.
And I'll tell you what, I've been doing this a long time. I don't know that I've ever seen a block that's come in with such pace at the keeper.
I can't say that I have either. The question is, will Opta score that a shot on target?
If it were up to you, John Krieger.
No. He didn't control it.
Yeah, but you're stingy, though.
I am.
You don't like fun. You don't like you don't like numbers and offense and fun.
Well, you know. I'm a mean one, Mr. Grinch.
Right, absolutely. Soccer Grinch. Abdoulaye Conte coming in. And Obregon will come out. Conte, 26-year-old from France, spent the last 5 years playing over in the Finnish leagues.
By the way, Opta agrees with me. No shot on target.
All right.
Opta is also green.
Yeah, absolutely. Silva along the line. Conte last to touch.
When's the last time you remember Detroit City FC having 11 shots? They only have 3 on target. Haven't had a shot on target in the second half, but 11 shots.
And I would argue they've been more dangerous in the second half than they were in the first.
And I would say that you're correct.
And that whistle will go against Ladanovic. Ladanovic played his college soccer at Wisconsin-Milwaukee. Able to call him in college a couple of times.
So here's the stat of the match, and it doesn't normally make it up on the graphics, so I'll give it to you here. Shots inside the box. Not on target, but inside the box. Detroit City FC, 7. So much of last season, we saw DCFC taking lashes from outside the box, 20 yards, 25 yards. This is movement and creating chances inside the 18. That's what leads to goals.
That ball sent ahead for Maxi Rodriguez. He gets on the end of it. Maxi into the 18, drops it off. That ball chipped. It's rolling. It's 3-0 City.
Welcome to the Motor City, Chisom Egbuchulam. Your LaRouge account is now open.
A second half substitution joins the party and closes down the club here in the 86th minute.
Maxi will get an assist on this. The long ball, Maxi's there. He can't be brought down. That would have been a red card. Leaves it off for Egbuchulam. Just chips it calmly. Little help from the defender, and across it goes. And for the third time today, nothing the keeper could do. Might have taken a small deflection there. Doesn't matter to Egbuchulam. He'll take it and celebrate. 1 goal for him, 3 for City, and they've got as many goals as they've got points in the bank here at Keyworth.
Egbuchulam on the stat sheet. Maxi Rodriguez with the helper, and credit Carlos Herrera too. He got the party started, dropped one in beautifully.
On a dime. The downfield punt was not always his strongest trait last year. He's gotten better with it in the offseason, and he's dropped a couple in on a dime in this match.
Couple more subs coming in for Detroit City. Rio Hope Gund will come in. Alex Dalu will come in as well.
And wait for the ovation when Atez Juve gets subbed off here in a minute.
That shot blocked. Montgomery did it again. And now it's Maxi Rodriguez. Egbuchulam up running. Maxi, the cross, it's redirected. Out of play for a corner. Boy, Rocco Romeo saved goal number 4.
You know what? And that's the difference Maxi makes, because I know that ball was cleared out for a corner, but he let it in front. He measured Egbuchulam, and if that had gotten through, it would have gotten through in a honeypot for Egbuchulam to get goal number 2. A beautiful lead ball and a nice defensive effort to just clear it out for a corner. But that's what Maxi Rodriguez brings. The fans are thrilled he's back in a Rouge shirt.
Ryan Williams will serve this corner. Williams drives it short. And Brooklyn FC trying to mount a counter. off the corner, and that ball played up, and Herrera will come off the line and take care of it.
So many good things for Danny Dichio to take into the dressing room in this match. Eight shots in the box, 4 shots on target, 3 of them find the back of the net.
The ball sent out into space. McLaughlin. Detroit City just will not give Brooklyn FC the ball in the middle of the pitch unless it's at midfield.
No, this match truly solidified for Detroit City FC in midfield. They have disjointed Brooklyn for most of this second half.
Now the substitutions coming on. Montez Juve will come off.
And he's going to get a heck of an ovation.
Yuki Yamazaki comes out. Alex DeLu comes in. Played his college soccer at Schoolcraft. Played in USL League Two for Oakland City. Just a little ways down the road here. 53 matches played for FC Tulsa over the last 2 seasons. Joe able to stay with it. And it was taken away by McNamara. Joe poked ahead. There will be 6 minutes of stoppage time. So John Krieger's 0 for 1 this season. He was close, I'll give you close.
Yeah, but
you said 5, it was 6. But there were some subs that were added on after your assessment. So
horseshoes and hand grenades.
Yeah.
It's the only time close counts.
That's right. Herrera will boom it down.
Just another little coda to this effort. A lot of teams, you're 3-0 up, you'll start to see guys just take their foot off the gas. This does not look like a team that's taking their foot off the gas.
Nalu will be hit with the booking.
It's an inauspicious beginning. You're on the pitch for 30 seconds when you pick up a booking.
McNamara will restart it. Brooklyn FC will host Hartford Athletic next Saturday. Brooklyn FC, the startup franchise here in USL Championship in their first season of competition at the championship level. Joe slots that ahead.
And I like the environment I saw in their opening match. That stadium was rocking. Certainly a huge appetite for soccer in New York. Of course, New York, New Jersey, one of the host venues for the World Cup this year.
Championship match will be played there. Brooklyn FC owned by the North 6 Group. Minority owners include Kelly Ripa, Mark Consuelos, and Timothy Weah. Men's national team great.
I did not have Kelly Ripa getting into football on my bingo card.
And there's an opportunity. That ball is shot wide. Egbuchulam is putting his fingerprints all over this match. I'll have to say, in my sports broadcasting career, that is the first time I have ever referenced Kelly Ripa.
First time for everything.
That's right.
Now for Detroit City FC, you got to keep the momentum from this match and you got to build into next week. I am loath to say that a match 2 matches into the regular season is a big one, but you go to Indy 11 and when you're looking at things like down the road, head-to-head and other things, you want to keep this momentum up and travel to a tough place to play next week. A lot of way to go, but you always like to have those cards in the deck.
You are mid-season form, my friend. You are ready to rock.
Hey,
Huge one coming up week 2.
I said big. I didn't say huge. Don't put words in my mouth.
No. That's why we love you, my friend.
You know what? You're just trying to stir stuff up.
I am. I'm not lying to you.
Speaking of mid-season form.
Yeah, correct.
Let's see how quickly he can bust on Krieger.
Yeah. Dalu plays it back. And now it's sent out. Maxi Rodriguez giving chase. And here's Vinovich, just plays it out over the line, and Maxi's down.
That's a cramp. He's stretching it out. Yeah. You can breathe a little bit easier there. He's trying to get a stretch. That's what you want to see when a player goes down with a non-contact. Get some water, get some electrolyte gel.
Maureen Lilla, I'm sure she won't like the amount of camera time she's gotten here today.
No, she likes to stay in the shadows.
Absolutely.
But I'll tell you what, when it comes to athletic trainers, one of the best in the biz. Absolutely.
Maxi Rodriguez getting stretched out. Training staff grabbing at that calf muscle. So, yeah, as far as guys being down, that's what you like to see.
You never like to see guys down, but when they're down, when I don't often have non-contact injuries, but when I do, I prefer cramps.
Right, absolutely. So Maxi will step off. I'm not sure. Reese Williams, the only available sub that's left. Position player, anyway.
Look, you can play with 10 at this point. There's about 4 minutes left in the match.
Egbuchulam tried to cross it, looking for Dalu. Ball played out, another throw coming in. Final moment of this match. Detroit City FC dominant here this afternoon.
Good all around. Offense brilliant, midfield dominant, defense stifling, set pieces cohesive. And if I had a crystal ball, I would bet that the man of the match is going to be Darren Smith. But when you score 2 goals in 30 minutes, that's the thing.
You increase your chances, no doubt.
The odds are good.
McLaughlin steps across. But again, City just funneling it away from the middle. Floated up, headed away. Dalu pops it up. That's really been the formula here in the second half. And that will be a foul. McLaughlin taken down.
And Maxi's back on. My guess is he will move fairly slowly for the next minute or two, but he's back on.
Ball goes on Egbuchulam.
With as long as this is taking getting over the maul, I would not be surprised to see the whistle be sounded in pretty short order.
Maybe after this chance.
This is a well-earned win for Detroit City Football Club, Neil. Danny Dichio can't ask for a whole lot more.
Only sends it in. Boy, it's loose and played away. And a goal kick coming up for Detroit City FC. And that is the final whistle. And Detroit City FC with a dominant 3-0 win over Brooklyn FC to open up the 2026 USL Championship season.
If you had written a script for how you wanted your season opener to go, it would have exactly followed what happened here at Keyworth Stadium today. Danny Dichio will love what he's seen. The only question mark, the health of Darren Smith, but he put 2 in the back of the net before that happened, and City closed it down after that. A great 3 points, a great first performance, a lot of promising things happening for Le Rouge here in early 26.
Le Rouge is off and running this season, a 3-0 win over Brooklyn FC in the season opener. We'll be back with more USL Championship soccer.
There's a beer in the D for me and you. Avenue. Grab a friend and a jersey too and chant. Chant like you give a damn. Now we're talking Detroit, and Strohs is spoken here.
Join me as I take a deep dive into the least insulted ticketing app in history, SeatGeek. Did SeatGeek invent the ticket?
No, but we do make them work.
Drum roll, please. Ooh, how do I use the seat view feature?
It shows seats with a pole blocking the view. Don't buy those.
What if I want to sit behind a pole?
Buy those.
Join me as I bore you to death with a series of interviews about a ticketing app that just does what it's supposed to do.
Here's Smith again, the chance! Give him two! Hits through two defenders! Oh, what a goal by Duke! First, service on the corner! And it's 1-0 City! Back here in historic Keyworth Stadium, there's the man of the match. The dad of the match, too, Aaron Smith. A couple of goals for him here. He had two. Detroit City had a 3-0 win. Let's take a look at the highlights and how it all came to be. And that guy we just saw, he was involved early, 3rd minute.
Devin Amu-Mensah, beautiful ball forward, a little hesitation from the defender. Darren Smith says, thank you very much. I'm going to take it on the half volley and tip it past the keeper. Nothing a keeper late charging could do, and it's 1-0 City. And Darren Smith opens his account, but he wasn't done yet. 32 minutes on the clock. Here's a ball fizzed in, headed back toward the post. Again, hesitation by the keeper. And again, Darren Smith says, I appreciate you. I'm going to put it past you. Nothing you can do. 31 minutes on the clock. It's 2-0 City.
And our save of the match brought to you by Alumnify. Carlos Herrera. He didn't have to do a ton here today, John, but when he did, he was magnificent.
The mark of a good keeper is that you keep your focus, shot through traffic, fizzing, tough to get down that low and read it through traffic. And Herrera with a couple of stellar saves to keep City in front when they needed him most.
But in the 85-minute mark, Detroit City FC would close this thing out.
Maxi Rodriguez takes the long ball. Unselfish lead for Egbuchulam. And Chisom Egbuchulam gets in on the act, opens his scoring account here in Detroit with the little cheeky chip, feathery touch. Egbuchulam falling, still has the presence of mind to get the boot on it. 3-0, 3 points, job done.
Detroit City FC off to a great start here for the season. And John, you've been talking about it really all night long. 13 shots for Detroit City, but it's the location of those 13 shots.
8 of them inside the box, and really better movement with the ball, better control in midfield, using the pace, using the wings, and much better on set pieces. Just a much more cohesive unit in the early part of 26.
Well, that will wrap up match number 1 for Detroit City FC here at Keyworth. For our entire broadcast crew, my broadcast partner, John Krieger, John Safaro, our producer in the studio. My name is Neil Rule, reminding you one final time, Detroit City FC in control with a 3-0 win over Brooklyn FC. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Have a great Saturday night. Well, see you later.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.